My people, yes, Malawi was on fire, Lero, at least inside parliament. You know those days when you just sit back, sip your tea and say, aye, this one is getting hot. That's exactly what happened when Honorable Patricia Kaliati, our fearless UTM powerhouse, stood up and dropped what we call political paper. Parliament went silent, journalists sat up, and the nation tuned in. The woman didn't just talk, she commanded the floor. What came next? Let's just say, if Parliament had a fire extinguisher, it would have been working overtime. Today on Global Pass News, we are breaking down exactly what Kaliati said, why it shook the House, and how it might change Malawi's political weather forecast. Buckle up, this one is serious but spicy, like in Sima with extra hot nari. So, picture this. The room is tense. MPs murmuring, papers shuffling, typical parliament vibes. Then boom! Honorable Patricia Kaliati rises. Now when Akweni stands up, even her political opponents adjust their ties. With that trademark confidence, she looked straight into the camera and said, "We, the people, deserve the truth." The topic? A reinvestigation into the tragic plane crash that took the life of former Vice President Saulos Chilima and 8 others. The atmosphere changed like electricity before a thunderstorm. This wasn't your usual session. It was a moment. Kaliati didn't just talk, she lit a match. And once that match was lit, my friend, the whole chamber started warming up fast. Let's rewind and see where all this fire came from. Back in June 2024, the whole country cried. A military plane carrying Dr. Saulos Chilima and 8 others went down in the Chikangawa forest near Nakata Bay. The news spread like wildfire, phones buzzing, radio screaming, and social media exploding with RIP posts. A commission of inquiry was set up, investigations done, reports released. But guess what? To many Malawians, it all felt half-baked. Too many questions, too few answers. People whispered, "Kodi kunachitika chani pamenepo." What really happened there? And when answers don't satisfy, suspicion grows. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly where Kaliati re-enters the chat. Because she was not about to let that file gather dust. Kaliati stood bold, finger-pointing like a teacher catching a naughty student, and said it plain. The report we got doesn't add up. She called out inconsistencies, especially about the aircraft's condition. She even hinted that the plane didn't have enough fuel. Yo, that's heavy stuff. You could see MPs shifting in their seats, some whispering, others pretending to read notes. Kaliati wasn't just questioning, she was demanding accountability. For her, this wasn't politics. It was justice for lives lost. But knowing Kaliati, she wasn't stopping at pointing fingers. No, our sister came armed with solutions, not just stories. And what she demanded next? Ish, you love this one.
You know how we Malawians say, chifuko chake amati Kaliati si muntu wamba. That's why she went full force. This parliament must instruct the Minister of Justice to review everything, every report, every witness, every detail. She even cited the 2 German aviation experts who had written technical assessments earlier. In her words, let's not just talk, let's act. You could feel the confidence, pure energy. This wasn't a rant, it was a rallying cry for transparency. And just when you think, okay, maybe that's it, guess what? Politics being politics, some unexpected voices decided to jump in the same train, and suddenly the story got bigger. Boom! Enter Honorable Eisenham Kaga from the Malawi Congress Party, MCP. Yep, you heard right. The man stood up and said, "I agree with Kaliati." Now that's something you don't hear every day. It's like seeing Bullets fans cheering for Wanderers. When you get cross-party agreement in Malawi, you know the issue is serious. Mkaga backed the call for another investigation, saying Malawians deserve closure. At that point, everyone realized this wasn't just a UTM concern, it was a national one. Now, when politicians from different camps start singing the same chorus, my brother, it means something big is cooking. So let's see what was really at stake. Make no mistake, this is not just about justice, it's also about power. By taking the lead, Kaliati is repositioning UTM as the moral voice of the people. Smart move, eh? After the 2025 elections where alliances shifted like Lilongwele weather, she's making sure her party stays relevant. And truth be told, when she speaks, even the government benches listen. Her boldness isn't just shaking desks, it's shaking strategies. Some analysts are whispering that this could even reopen political alliances or tensions within the Tonse coalition. So politically, she's playing chess, not checkers. But let's switch gears. What does this mean for ordinary Malawians like you and me? At the heart of this, people just want honesty. Simple as that. Malawians are tired of investigations that come with thick reports but thin truth. From fuel scandals to bridge contracts, y'all know the pattern. So when Kaliati says, let's revisit this, many citizens quietly nod, saying, yes, tell them, mama. It's not even about politics now, it's about closure. When the powerful die mysteriously, it shakes public trust. And trust once broken is harder to rebuild than a washed-away M1 bridge. But here's the million-kwacha question. If another inquiry happens, what could it actually change?
Scenario 1. Government agrees, sets up a fresh probe, new faces, new facts, new fireworks. Scenario 2. They say, we'll review the old findings and push it quietly under the carpet. Classic move, right? Scenario 3. Inquiry happens but nothing changes and Malawians go back to tweeting Tizo Nabasi. But whichever path they choose, this issue has already reignited civic engagement. People are watching Parliament again. They're talking politics at the market, in minibuses, and on TikTok. That's democracy in motion, Malawi style. So now you know what's happening. But let's wrap it all up and see the bigger picture. At its core, this moment is about demanding better from those in power. When Kaliati spoke, she wasn't just speaking as a politician. She was speaking as a mother, a citizen, and a fighter for fairness. Whether government listens or not, this wave of accountability has started rolling. It might take time, but as we say, maadzi yakafika poso, amapeza njira. Truth always finds its way out. And speaking of finding ways, let's find our way to the conclusion, shall we? So what's the takeaway, my friends? In a parliament often filled with safe speeches and rehearsed lines, Patricia Kaliati brought thunder. She reminded everyone that courage still exists in politics. The message was simple but powerful. Malawians deserve answers. And whether it's through another probe or sheer public pressure, that truth will surface. For now, the story continues. But one thing is clear. Parliament has been officially shaken awake. And with that, we say, what a day in the house. Yo, if you've reached this far, you're officially part of the Global Pulse fam. You know we don't just talk news. We break it down Malawian style, with truth and a bit of attitude. So do us a solid. Subscribe, like, and drop your comment below. Tell us, do you think there should be another investigation into the Chilima crash, or should Parliament move on? We want to hear from you. And hey, we are a family here. Don't forget to show some love to our sister channels. Go ahead to Global Pulse, click on the channel section, and find our amazing sisters. Let's grow together and be your voice, because together we are the pulse of Malawi.